back with another video for y'all. We finna get straight into this the story of 051 Melly, aka the Grave Digger. And we was already going into this story, man, and I had to finish this one off. I might finish out the whole damn video just in this video. Now that I'm recording with the laptop and shit, I could just record this shit and upload it, you know what I'm saying? Real quick and easy. We're gonna get straight back into this, man, because I was hooked into what was going on anyway. Because Buddy putting a lot of like information in here that could be real, even because I can't confirm it. You know what I'm saying? I don't personally know myself, but from just hearing what he's saying, everything he's saying add up together. So this is like probably one of the best videos out on 051 Melly. We're gonna get straight back into it.
Melly started firing on 051's ops around 2010 to 2011. It was around the time when the war against THF really started to heat up. Melly actually jumped off the porch kind of late. He was actually a great student in school, but eventually he got sucked up in the streets. 2011 was the year when Montana from 051 killed Quint and Tony from THF within a couple of months, in revenge after THF killed Los and Zeko in 2008, and Dominic, who was killed by Bezu and Brobra in 2009, where Bezu later got locked up for the murder in 2014, but ended up beating it due to lack of evidence. Quint was thus the first body 051 dropped from THF 46. 2011 was also the year when the war with 600 really started, as the first body dropped between the gangs. On November 10, 2011, T Streets from 051 was sitting in a vehicle around 12:28 a.m. on LaSalle Street, between Garfield Boulevard and 57th Street. M. Thang from 600 walked up to the side window and shot T Streets in the face. He was later found dead on the scene. About 3 months later, 051 equalized and got their revenge on 600. This was also when Melly would catch his first body. On February 2nd, 2012, Melly would begin his murder spree. 20-year-old Shaquille Rush, nicknamed Shaq, had been to a party on the 5900 block of South Calumet Avenue. When he was going home from the party, he first went to pee in an alley outside the party. 051, who for a long time had been lurking and sliding through 600's blocks to avenge T Streets, would now get their chance. Melly and Kiddo from 051 were out looking that night. They spotted Shaq and a girl. Melly and Kiddo ran up to Shaq and shot him multiple times in his body and head. Shaq was later found dead on the scene. The girl was also shot and was taken to the Northwestern Memorial Hospital. Luckily she was only grazed by the bullet and was able to leave the hospital quickly. Shaq's mother said in an interview that Shaq loved to rap, and would often write lyrics and mix beats on his computer. This was not the first time the family had been hit by Chicago's gang violence. In 1998, Shaq's father, Luther Rush, was shot dead by Marcus Smalley of 7339S, Talman Avenue. Marcus was later convicted of the murder.
Okay guys, so this is the ultimate life hack for buying all this new gaming stuff for cheap. Okay, so first, go to one of your...
Melly actually lived in 600's territory during this time, 5909 South Calumet to be exact, which is the heart of 600's territory. A few months later, Melly started constantly mocking Shaq on Twitter, where he said, among other things, that Shaq was laying next to that garbage can, smelling like one, to a member from 600. He basically admitted to the murder on Twitter. Melly actually lived in 600's territory while mocking Shaq, yet 600 could not touch him, even though he became the top priority for 600 after killing Shaq. Melly even wrote several times on Twitter that he lived there. He even wrote to Manny from 600 that he lived in their area, and that he went through their area daily, and went home without worries. Melly, who was BD, and who had heavy BD connections, therefore had protection when he lived in the area. But that did not stop 600 from trying to kill him, but they never managed to catch him lacking during that time.
They be going crazy on each other on Twitter, bro.
About 4 to 5 months after Shaq was killed, both DHF and 600 would score on 051 again. On March 28, 2012, Lil Chief was caught lacking by Bobo from THF in an alley in the 5000 block of South St. Lawrence Avenue in the Bronzeville neighborhood. Bobo shot him in the chest several times with a .45 caliber gun. Almost exactly 1 month later, it was 600's turn to score on 051 Young Money, which would later become one of Chicago's more famous hits. Antonio Davis, aka Fathead, of the 8000 block of South Eberhard Avenue, was visiting an aunt's home at 70th and Union, when he and his 22-year-old cousin Erica decided to walk to the store. They did not think anything of the light-colored van that slowed as it passed them on Union, despite the hard-eyed stares from the people in the car. But Erica recognized a man in a dark hooded sweatshirt when they encountered him on 69th Street. The one she recognized was LA Capone, who was driving the car. The side door on the van opened. D. Rose fired the shots that caused Anthony to fall to the ground, while Erica ran away in panic. Then Sude jumped out of the van, and walked calmly to the lying Anthony, and stood over him, and shot him several times in the head. There are rumors that Fathead was killed because he walked around and boasted that he was the one who killed Shaq. However, it is unconfirmed information.
Working with videos can be frustrating. Luckily, UniConverter.
I'm skipping y'all shit, but y'all don't skip my shit.
Immediately after the murder, both Cide and LA Capone started mocking Fathead and 051 Young Money. For example, Cide wrote to Erica on Twitter that he saw something she didn't, and other disrespectful comments about Fathead. Anthony, who was a well-loved member from 051, and who also was Montana's brother, made 051 want revenge, quickly. Because Cide, D. Rose and LA Capone basically all admitted to the murder on social media right after, 051 knew right away who to look for. In addition, Erica had even seen LA Capone in the car. Cide, who shot Davis several times in the head, quickly became the top priority for 051, especially for his brother Montana, and for Mellie, who was very close to him.
He looked funny as hell in this picture. Ain't he?
After Fathead died, 051 was constantly out looking mainly for Cide. but also LA Capone and D Rose, or any other 600 member to get revenge. A few months after the murder, after C-Day got out, after a robbery charge was set against him, 051 got their chance. 051 made an attempt to set C-Day up. They made him think he was going to meet someone to buy something. What he was going to buy is unknown, but probably either weapons or drugs. When C-Day went to the place to meet the person, Montana, Arrow and Melly were waiting in a corner to ambush C-Day. As soon as they spotted him, they popped out and started shooting at him, but C-Day started running immediately, and managed to get away without any injuries.
Oh, Doc, look at the guy.
8 days after Bob O killed Lil Chief, 051 got revenge when Lil Mick killed Black from THF 46. However, it would take about 4 months before 051 got revenge on 600. On November 1st, 2012, Kiddo from 051 killed Trix from 600. However, many from 600 thought that Trix was only a bystander, and that he did not belong to 600. C-Day was even mocking Trix on Twitter. A little less than a year later, 051 would score on 600 again, and this time it was one of the biggest scores in Chicago history. September 26, 2013 was the date when LA Capone's career and life would come to an end. After Erica had recognized LA Capone from the Fathead hit, LA became a big target, but also because he was a big profile for 600, and for Chicago in general. Lil Mick, 051 Rockhead and Mako from Met Boys were waiting outside LA Capone's studio. The 17-year-old rapper was later walking out of the studio with a friend, and then walked through an alley near 70th Street and Stony Island Avenue around 6:25 p.m. His friends said that Leonard walked to a corner, looking for their ride, wondering where their ride was at, then heard 4 shots, and Leonard was on the ground. Lil Mick was the one that ran up to LA and shot him from behind, striking him in the lower back and right thigh. Lil Mick, Rockhead and Mako were later all arrested and later convicted of the murder. Rockhead later snitched on Lil Mick, saying that he was the only shooter.
That's another ad, bro.
Don't overpay for
Why do you have to
Adidas.
say that?
This tool can save you money. It's a browser extension.
We had to put that in there, though. Like all the shit that happened with Chicago rappers just really ended death. They don't even really be jail no more. Like jail be for the lucky motherfuckers, real honestly. And they even luckier motherfuckers make it out with rap, and that's really only got like 2 people who made it out. That's 13 people. You don't really got no other people who really was in that shit.
About 2 months later, Westbrook, Dre Money and Lil Ant from THF 46 killed the female savage, Big A from 051 Young Money. About 6 months after 051 killed LA Capone, 600 along with DHF would get their revenge for LA Capone by killing 051's most famous rapper of all time, and the one who put 051 on the map, Lil Mark. The assassination that would later lead to Melly's terrorization of Lil Durk and OTF. Lil Mark, or Mark Campbell who is his real name, was standing at a bus stop at 1:27 p.m. in the 300 block of East 51st Street. Lexville gave 46 the drop on Lil Mark. THF 46 who were already in traffic in a van with 600, O Block and Folly Boys drove to the location. D Rose from 600, and Twilliff from THF, opened fire, striking Lil Mark in the head, and then immediately sped away from the scene. There is a lot of speculation about who was actually on the hit. However, it is quite clear that Lil Mark, Twilla and 5-Star from Folly Boys were in the car. D Rose even drove to the crime scene a few hours after the murder and recorded a video, mocking Mark. Some also speculate that both D Roy and King Von were in the car, because King Von was tweeting that he was in traffic with D Rose, Twilla and D Roy that day, and the day before, and was mocking Lil Mark immediately after the murder and said they would celebrate.
Damn. So he was probably in the car with them. Damn, how long I been watching? Damn. Hey, I'm gonna stop it right here on Dre Money and remember 3318. Cause I ain't gonna do like a whole video, cause I'm finna go give me something to eat or some shit. I'm hungry as a motherfucker. But nah, though, man, this shit, it is really engaging though, bro. Like, every time I be watching some shit like this, bro, especially when it got something to do with some shit that's, you feel me? I'm around it, but don't really even have no information about what's going on because, you know, just certain situations. You being in different areas, you got so much to worry about around you that you don't really be giving a fuck about motherfucker other beefs and shit, that situation that's going on in another hood. So it's like, fuck it. Yeah, man. Roll to 5K. We at 1K. Give me a 32K so I can get another camera for y'all. You feel me? Get some better little quality up in here. And we gon'